How many of you have heard about the story of the fallen angels? You think the existence of us is because of that, the fall of the angels from heaven and everything that happened? Ever heard the quote when Jesus told Peter, "Upon this rock I shall build my church"? And there's where you get the first pope and religion. Yes, I think there was more to it. But first, let me show you this video coming from Russia. I don't know, you've probably seen it. This is from The Sun 4 days ago. Okay, look at this. What the heck is that? I think that it is a chopper. Oh, that's a strange looking thing. Never seen that in my life. Look at that. For those lovers of UFOs, surely looks like one, eh? Wow. See, terrified Russians open fire on mystery UFO spinning over Moscow. No, wow. And now they open fire. They try to bring it down, and they can't. It looks like it's spinning like a helicopter, but I don't know, it's not. Apparently it's not. They try and shoot it down. Look at it, look at it. What? Look at that. And I cannot bring it down. Ah. Yeah, no reports of a helicopter or a drone being downed. No damage from a drone explosion hitting a target. Weird. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Now we're gonna come back here, okay? Because I have to show you one more thing, so you can get the picture of what I'm trying to show you. Please. I'm gonna take you here. Maybe you haven't seen this place. Well, this place is in Mount.HERMON. Oh, Mount.HERMON. This is the mountain, according to Enoch, where the fallen angels came and made a pact and saw the daughters of mankind. They mated with the women, and this Nephilim came out. These giants, this is the story. Now, what a coincidence that this is the place where Jesus takes Peter to tell him that. Why? Because I have lots of friends that think that Jesus went to the Vatican and told Peter that there, and the Vatican started, and all the popes came after because Peter is the first pope. Let me show you, excuse me, this stuff. This is in the book of Enoch, the watchers, the fallen angels. See, are angels dispatched to earth to watch over the humans. They soon begin to lust for women and the prodding of their leader, Samyaza, defect to illicitly instruct mankind and procreate among them, arriving in Mount.HERMON. See, in this mountain. The offsprings of these unions are the Nephilim. See, the Nephilim giants. Savage giants who pillaged the earth and endangered humanity. What? Now, I need to show you this, please. First, let me show you this so you get what I'm saying. See, why Peter isn't the rock the church is built on. It is argued by the Catholic Church that the Apostle Peter is the rock that the church is built on. This is their primary defense for the entire papal system, and indeed the authority of the Roman Catholic Church. This argument is built on its own rock. This one verse in Matthew's Gospel, "And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." See, just think about it. The beginning of the popes with that verse. Why did Jesus didn't tell Peter, "Upon you, Peter, I will build my church"? Huh? He said, "I will build my church on this rock." Listen. Did he mean this rock? What is this? This here is what you call the gates of Hades. Yeah? The gates of hell or Hades. Let me show you this. Look at this. See, and I tell you, Peter, On this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against. Against his word. Well, what you see there, that's the gates of hell. They, where you see here, these mini shrines, okay, they used to worship this god Pan or Banyas. Look at this. Let me show you this. Here, look. That goat Banyas, okay, is a gold figure I'm going to show you now. And it is said that one of the chief fallen angels, along with some Yaza, is Azazel. Okay? Now, Azazel in the Old Testament, that name comes out. It's one of the goats that they get. One they sacrifice, and the other one, they let it go in the desert, tie them up for the sins of the people of those days. In the Old Testament, they used to do that. They used to call that goat Azazel. A goat figure. They used to worship a goat here as well. And here is the mountain in which is said that the fallen angels made that oath. This is where Christ took Peter and the disciples here and told them, who do they say that I am? And many people say, oh, Jeremiah or Elijah, this. And Christ told Peter, well, who do you say that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, you are the Christ. See, Christ, that means the chosen one, the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And then Jesus answered to him, blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. See, remember this quote? And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church. I mean, that rock, this is the base where the fallen angels made that pact. Listen, many people don't believe the book of Enoch. They took it away from the Bible, but in the book of the Bible, in the book of Jude, it says it was also about this that Enoch, in the 7th generation from Adam, prophesied, saying, see, the Lord is coming with 10,000s of his holy ones to execute judgment on all and to convict everyone of all his deeds. Enoch talked about these things. He also talked about the watchers in that same book, when he talked about this, that Jude is saying. See what I mean? So, listen, you know what else you get in this mountain? Apparently, when they mated with human flesh, a hybrid of giants. And I want to show you this. See, footprints everywhere. Some may be fake, but actually, in the Bible say that there were giants in the earth in those days. Also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and they bare children to them. It's very similar to the book of Enoch with the story of the fallen angels. So why did Christ go there? Listen, that place, what you see in there, this place, in all the civilizations till it got to Christ, they used to celebrate there the god Moloch and all idolatries. Listen, they used to call this place here the gates of hell or Hades or the underworld. That's why Christ took them there and confessed it. He made sure that everybody knew in that spot that he was the Messiah, the actual Son of God. And he said it right there when the fall of mankind happened there. See what I mean? And not even Satan could defeat him in the cross. No, nothing could prevail against the word. See, maybe it meant that. Listen, something that finds me fascinating is why in the heck is this there? An observatory looking to the skies of the United Nations. Why? There's nothing else there but the United Nations with an observatory there. You know that they say that this is the same mountain where Christ's Transfiguration happened, and he turned all bright, and they saw him talk to Moses and Elijah. Listen, you think maybe there's a portal there that we don't see? All these things happen in this mountain, in this region here. You know what I mean? Something like this. You know, a portal. It's where I don't know, Christ went up to heaven, they came down, they go up. See? It says his clothes became radiantly white, brighter than any launderer on earth could bleach them. And Elijah and Moses appeared before them talking to Jesus. You know, in that same mountain. Wow. And the United Nations Observatory there. I find it a bit strange. But all this, wow. Listen, you know this? This used to be a temple of Augustus Caesar. That's why it's called Caesarea Philippi. This is why he took Peter and told him that verse. Not in the Vatican, no, nothing to do with religion. Yeah, Jesus was a Jew, nothing to do with Christianity or nothing that we know about. You know, this would be an artist impression of that place. It would have been like this. See? And to this god Pan, he used to sacrifice children and throw children there. They said he lead to the underworld. And if the god Pan brought the baby up or something like that. Now I want to show you something. So you can see it like we were there. Okay? Now remember about all this and temples, and remember what Paul said. Look at this. In Corinthians. Do you know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit? You know, we are the church. We are the temple inside. We are the temple inside. See, in Acts, he says that the God who made the world and everything in it does not live in temples made by men, nor is he served by human hands, since he himself gives to all mankind life and breath and everything. You know what I mean? So, no proofs. That mountain is along 3 countries, Syria, Lebanon, and Israel. What a coincidence. Because we get these bulbic, megalithic blocks. Have you seen the people? Just look at these structures. To explain this megalith in Lebanon, see all these marks. See what I mean? Also in that mountain, the castle of Nimrod. You know Nimrod from the Tower of Babel? When all the languages changed, he wanted to reach heaven and reach the throne of God and everything. Everything bad is in this mountain. See, MOUNT.HERMON. And this is the place that Christ tells them this. See, on this rock. He's talking about this rock here. Look at this. Let me show you this. Let's walk down here for a little bit. Here. Look at this. This is Caesarea Philippi. You imagine this place was, wow, of orgies with animals and goats. Listen, they used to have a statue of this goat figure Pan, you know, with a long private part. And they used to go and kiss it and worship it. Listen, wow. And Christ brought the disciples in this spot. Right here. You know, Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi. He asked his disciples, who do men say that I am? The Son of Man? So they said, some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah. Jesus said, but who do you say that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, you are the Christ, the Messiah. Se lo estaba confirmando. He had the faith of a rock, solid. See what I mean? So, all this point is that Jesus confessed there that he was the chosen one. He was the one. You find all these temples that looks like altars, humongous in size. Temples in MOUNT.HERMON. See, MOUNT.HERMON. Found many of them by this Sir Charles Warren. It was in 1861, something like that. all in this mountain. The waters, everything, Judgment Day. Listen, that's why God brought the flood, because of this Nephilim giants. Let's walk through here. Do you imagine this in those days? Wow. All the way up here. You can see still remnants of those temples. Look at this. I think it was King Herod's son of Philippus. Gave it as a present to Augustus Caesar. That's why it's called Caesarea Philippi. See, look at this. Look at all the shrines there. All those statues there of idolatries. To this god Pan here. And the gates of Hades. You see, like the Jehovah Witness Bible, they say they get it from the Dead Sea Scrolls. The translation says, "No, even the gates of the grave shall overturn it," because he was going to defeat the devil in the cross, and when he rose from the dead, nothing was going to stop it. They tried everything to corrupt mankind here in this mountain with the daughters of men. They tried everything. That's why Christ brought the disciples here. It's not going to happen. He won on the cross. See? Pope, good idea, yeah. But listen, look at remnants of the temple, all broken up. See, look at this down here. Imagine, and all this filth going around in orgies and that, and up here, right up there, right up there, we get this. Why? Well, remember that Christ told the disciples, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms." See? Listen. A portal, maybe those angels came, shifted, and they saw the daughters of man turned into human flesh. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm saying that all these stories, wow, what? But this is the mountain that they chose, Mount.HERMON. Apparently 200 fallen angels made this oath. So we see proof of giants everywhere. This is a spot that Christ tells Peter that. Azazel, actually that means the scapegoat that they used to use for the sins, you see. According to the book of Enoch, Azazel was one of the chief Gregory, a group of fallen angels who married women. See? In Islam, a figure of Islamic tradition and believed to be the original name of Satan. No, but many people say, Satan, listen, a snake. Look. Snake. Indoor snake. Trying to get a one of those snakes. See, it's not one of those. It's one of those angelic beings, like Azazel. Because in the Hebrew word, those were angelic beings called seraphims. Okay, look at this. Ancient Aramean six-winged deity from Tel Halaf, 10th century BCE. In Hebrew, the word saraf means burning, and is issued 7 times throughout the text of the Hebrew Bible as a noun, usually to donate a serpent. See? That's your serpent of the Garden of Eden. He was an angelic being, a seraphim. See? Twice in the book of Numbers, once in the book of Deuteronomy, and 4 times in the book of Isaiah. This is mentioned. A seraphim. Everybody, and I said, A serpent, una serpiente. Hey, come on, no? One you have in your house. One of these. That's why you could talk to even Adam. So it's a rough. That's what rough means. And the word Nephilim, they say, listen, the word Nephal means to fall, or from the skies, to fall. The Nephilim, see, it's a hybrid that came from angel and human mixed up. That's why God had to bring Noah's flood. Noah's flood came because of that. All of mankind. So this place is where Christ told Peter, upon this rock I shall build my church, in the base of Mount.HERMON. In the base of Mount.HERMON. Not here. Let me take you here. Look at this. Smallest country in the world. The Vaticanus. I love coming here because it's the quality so sharp now. See, it's not here. See, it's not. This is not why Christ told Peter, upon this rock, and I will give you the keys of the kingdom. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound on heaven. That's a saying. And whatever you do here good, do there, and bad, and you lose things here, you're not going to enter there because you're going to lose it. Style like this. See? And this obelisk from Egypt, Caligula brought it here. When this was Nero's circus. Love it how you can see it with Google Earth. It's incredible. Yeah. And many of my friends thought he was here. Christ came here and told them about this rock. Christ was the rock all the time. He was the corner, chief stone, and whatever you want to call it. He was the one, not Peter. He was talking in general to the disciples, not giving Peter the key. But who am I? Look at this. This is the place, Caesarea. Look. Banias, modern Hebrew. See? Also spelled Banias, is a site in the Golden Heights near a natural spring, once associated with the Greek god Pan. Shepherds of flocks, rustic music. I wonder that he has the pipes. I wonder if they get the story from Peter Pan, something to do with this. But Azazel was like a scapegoat, everything to do with the goat. You know what I mean? It's called Panias, in the foot of Mount.HERMON, where the watchers made that pact. The Bible in Genesis said the same. The daughters of men. That's why he had to bring the flood. Now, this happened in the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. In the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. Take you here. Look at this video. I bet you've seen it because this happened about 10 years ago. Okay? I did a video about this. But look at this. Look at this. This is in Jerusalem, where the Dome of the Rock is, the golden top. There. Where once the Jewish temple used to be. And that flows in there. Well, around there is the Garden Tomb, Golgotha, where the crucified Christ, where Ron Wyatt said he found the Ark of the Covenant, and he met 4 angels. You know what I mean? And it's in that zone. Look at this. Look what it does. What is that? Look. It goes up. See that? It looks like it has wings. Look at that.
Ima.
Listen, there are quite a few of them.
יובנה ורות.
ראית את זה?
תראה, יש שם עוד.
There are quite a few of them, eh?
תראי שמה. מה זה?
Look at this one. Sorry. Look at this one. Ads. Look at this.
Some say may be proof we're not. There's a new video this morning that some say may be proof we're not alone in the universe. A UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the dome of the rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be.
And you see that video? It had a flash and it went up. And you can see here, this is another angle, other people, and you can actually see again the flash and that doing the same.
Taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky. There you see it. Another video from a different angle appears to show the light doing the same thing. Those clips have gone viral now.
Look at that. See there? And all this happened in Jerusalem. Oh. So, yeah. Just wanted to show you that because not many people know this, you know. You've heard about it, but you know what I mean? Yep. Yep. They say there's no evidence about nothing. In that foot at the left at the bottom, it even has 6 toes, as the Bible says. Many of them had 6 toes and 6 fingers in the hands. Wow. Wow. Think of that. Everything in that same spot where Enoch said. And then again, we come from the Big Bang. You know, where did we get all that energy and everything, you know, for that Big Bang, for it to happen, you know? Because everything seems that it's connected. You know, the bees need the flowers and the pollen and this and that. Everything's, you know, somebody did this. It's high intelligence. You know? And they will say, yeah, any other alien but the God of the Bible. We are here because of the other aliens. They have to come and let us know what we're doing here? Oh, he actually did. But it's the God of the Bible, no? The only one that we don't believe. And yet again, we get the story, he sends his son. Actually, it was him in flesh. I think because they were giving God of the Old Testament a bad name because Jesus Christ was a very, very completely different God from the Old Testament. Something wasn't right there. So I'll make that in another video. So bye-bye now. I love you all. And please, investigate this stuff for yourself. Don't do the videos for entertainment, but for the people who can see the stories of maybe you are lied the way they tell you the stories just to fit the narratives, you know. So don't let people say him he's not saying the truth because this, that, the day they tell you that, please let us all reunite and let us all tell it to each other. Once we are there in person, we can meet in casemates and let them show you the proof, but with me there. Okay? With me there. Please. So you can see the truth by yourself. Okay? Love you all. Peace.